I would immediately
started.
regret it, but
I worry about
Polar
you.
bears.
you ever fought a polar bear?
Yeah.
They're fucking
No,
huge.
why would I?
Right. They're like 9 feet tall and hate everything.
I'm worried about you.
He's angry. I'm still going to kick it.
So anyway, that's how Eric died.
Yeah, is fighting a polar bear. Yeah.
You wouldn't.
Maybe.
I mean, if you've seen it, you know you're going to die
Maybe-
anyway, so you might as
hear
well fight the
ghosts.
damn thing.
Maybe Wizzo should do
Ooh.
after the fight, after the polar bear. So then, like, looks like you got, like, slashed by a polar bear.
I'm in.
Yeah.
You might
Polar
have to.
bear slash across my face.
You might have to do something about the beard if he does like anything underneath that.
I'll
though.
kill somebody.
I know you would.
Nope.
That's how the polar bear died.
You just dye it white.
That's why I would. Oh,
'Cause you stole it from the polar bear.
I gotta show you a picture of a beard that I want to do.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
So anyway,
This was fun.
welcome to the podcast, guys.
welcome to the podcast.
Polar bears.
Today we have
Eric.
Erica. Hi.
How you doing?
Do good. How'd you?
Well, there was this time.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So how are you?
Doing good. Doing good. Surviving haunted house season. Everyone's favorite season.
How's that going for you? What are you doing this haunt season?
So I guess my titles. I'm the YouTube manager and experience article writer for ScurryFace.
Ooh.
It is a national, international, really an entertainment company, but with a extreme focus on haunted houses in the haunt industry.
Nice.
And it's all about promoting actors and haunted houses and making sure everyone in the community is kind of like connected and like, good stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
And yeah.
I know some of those guys.
Yeah, you
Weird.
do. You're also
Weird.
kind of one of the people.
Oh shit!
know.
I am.
Oh my
I am.
God.
I know. Weird.
Weird.
Never knew that happened.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You should have told me.
We were on the same call when we got asked to join.
So I'm just the third wheel in this episode,
Yeah.
basically.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. God.
We might have a lot of stories, and I am so sorry.
That's fine.
So how is your haunt season going? Is it crazy? Is it wild? What are you doing?
I've done a lot this season. My season started with Frightmare Compound in Westminster.
Ooh.
Nice.
They did awesome. And then I went to California.
Ooh, Cali.
Callie.
In
Cali.
California. Yeah.
Did you
I
sing
got to.
Californication?
No.
Oh,
we missed that opportunity.
Did you watch the show Californication on the way there?
Did you ride a love roller coaster?
What?
Red Hot Chili Peppers. They're always singing about California, so they have a love roller coaster. Did you ride it?
I didn't ride a love roller coaster. I did ride roller coasters, though. That's something I did do when I was in California.
Were they scary?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I mean, you want to know what was scary, though?
yes.
17th door.
Yeah, I've heard stories.
I've heard
Yeah.
things about that place.
So
Are they true? Do they
What?
really shoot you in the leg with tranquilizers and drag you through a field of corn?
No.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, shit, I don't want to go now.
They do shoot you with something, though.
Oh.
Actually, it's technically not them. It's other customers.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
They're soft guns.
I want to go.
It hurt.
Yeah, they use airsoft guns.
So without,
in.
like, honestly, okay, so 17th door is an extreme haunted house.
Yeah.
Right? Like, basically, it's full contact. They have you sign a waiver. They're like, yo, you're probably going to get, like, hurt in some way in this haunt, like a bruise or something. And I was excited because
Yeah.
you know how it is in the haunt industry.
Right.
You don't get scared after doing it for a while.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not a thing.
Yes. You start to look for those extra haunts that maybe throw you through a wall or shock you.
I did look at 17 Doors website, and their schedule like matches exactly with the Hellscream Entertainment schedule. Like exactly. I'm like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's like no budge on that at all.
But they also have this thing called a field trip. 1 second.
Oh, Thursday. Potched.
I pot coffee because I'm tired.
Potched lips.
I'm parched. No. This is also an audio podcast. Oh my God.
and we also have video too.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
geez.
shit.
It's like we're on
God,
YouTube
fuck.
or something.
Oh my God. I'm
Gosh.
being watched.
Wait, we're on YouTube?
What?
Yeah.
Dick. Thought this was all audio.
This episode's getting demonetized for sure.
Oh, question. Cursing.
Go for
whatever.
it. I don't give a shit.
Dope.
You say whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, no, so they have this thing called a field trip, and it happens before you enter the haunt. There's an extra cost and everything, but by getting the field trip, you also become a VIP for the haunt. So it's like a
That sounds exciting.
But you go to the field trip thing, it's an extra waiver you have to sign.
Oh,
So the waivers.
neat.
And they put you in an unmarked van with no phones, no cameras, and you go to they bring you to a second location.
Neat.
Sounds like fun.
Right?
Without giving too much away, there's like, oh my God, lots of lights, light BDSM theme, light on that. A lot of just trippy stuff. I was in the back seat, got tossed around.
Hell yeah.
And then Dukes of Hazzard.
That
Dukes of Hazzard.
sounds like my
Like in the
weekends back
redneck way, or like in the are you jumping cars?
Oh, excellent. That sounds like my high school career.
I got bruised during that. I learned what that feels like.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Honestly, though, like if you're gonna go do that thing, do the freaking field trip. I know it's an
yeah.
extra cost. Save up for it and go do the field
Oh,
trip.
of course.
Yeah.
Why would you go to something like that and not do the extra shit? That'd be
Right?
dumb.
Right. It's like going to Zach Bagan's and not getting the VIP.
Yeah.
If you go to Zach Bagan's Haunted Museum and not get the VIP, what are you
Right.
doing with your life?
Right. And then they bring you via the unmarked van to the front of the haunt. And then you go inside, and they bring you up. They line you up as if you're in trouble, and you're like the newest inmates or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you go through a series of 17 rooms, 90 seconds in each, and you have a word in case you can't do the entire room.
Pineapple?
It's mercy.
The fuck that. Pineapple?
You are not getting out of
No,
anything.
I'm saying all the wrong words to make them hate me even more.
Mommy.
I feel like for context, people should know that he is my roommate,
Yeah.
which is why this is such a dumb conversation.
Mommy.
Touch me again.
No,
Just use all the
God.
N words just to mess with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can talk about like one of the rooms because it's one of their more famous ones. And so it's well known. They have a psychotic barber in one of the rooms, and he will come at you with a buzzer, like a,
Yeah.
and he shaved a 17 into both my scalp and one of my teammates, Aka's
Excellent.
scalp. And I had that there for about 2 weeks, and now my hair's grown back. But it was like so much fun. And I walked around with a 17 on my head, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, did you go to 17th door? That's so cool. What?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did that. I'm cool." I did leave with a lot of bruises.
To be expected.
Oh God. Like, yeah, I kind of mentioned it earlier, but like, there's this room where it's like, they shoot at you.
Nice.
And they're like solid rubber balls.
I'm in. Like,
And-
I'm down.
I
This sounds
watched
like
a
a
whole
fun place.
walkthrough of this place like recently.
Yeah.
And they use airsoft guns.
Yeah, it hurts though, man.
Yeah, airsoft hurts. It
Yeah,
feels great.
it's not fun.
Yeah.
It was so funny. So it was me, Aka, Frank, Vice, and Tyler. Tyler's the red tag guy, the guy who owns ScurryFace. And Vice is from Scotland, right? So we all go in. They line us all up like in, the firing line. And they put a bag over our heads. The only person who was smart enough to turn around was Aka. And Tyler got shot in the crotch region at least a couple dozen times. And he left the room like, "I'm dying. Oh my God." But then you get revenge later on, so it's really nice.
Nice. So they let you reciprocate.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Nice.
We were not nice. I kind of feel bad.
It's part of the experience, though.
It is
Yeah,
part of the
yeah.
experience. It's a whole room in and of itself. 90 seconds, though, is a long time.
That's fun, though. Like,
90 seconds, that's like...
so you got a minute and a half, 17 rooms. So figure 10 is like 10 and a half. You got 130 minutes, whatever. You're in there for like 20 minutes.
I was going to say it's like 1/50th of an episode of this podcast.
It's like a 45-minute haunt, ain't it? Like 30,
like
45 minutes.
It's like a 30-minute haunt. There is a wait time between rooms.
But still, I mean, like,
Yeah.
it gives you time to calm down.
Little bit.
Like a half a second. Like, all right, cool.
None of us mercied. None of us mercied. It was
Good.
a lot of fun.
It's good.
Hell yeah.
Got to get the full experience.
Yeah, in my opinion, you shouldn't mercy, even if
Yeah.
they stick something down your shirt. Saying. No, but honestly, yeah. No, if you have a chance to go to 17th Door in California, go. It's amazing.
That's cool.
Hell yeah.
And it's right across the street from Knott's, which we did not go to, but good to know for the future.
Nice.
That's cool. Right on.
I wouldn't mind seeing Knott's too.
I know a lot of people from there now.
I know. I
Yeah.
know. So do I.
That's
So I
cool.
want to go see it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. History
Yeah.
of sliders. I want to see those guys. That'd
Yeah.
be fun.
There
You do
go.
anything else? Did you see any other cool haunts?
I saw a
Or
lot of
shitty
haunts. Just no.
Yeah. There is no shitty haunt.
No, okay.
Honestly, there isn't.
Here's my opinion about that thing. First of all, I did see other haunts, but I don't think that there is a quote unquote bad haunt.
No.
I think there's different themes, and I think that there are different like categories.
Yeah. And
Like-
there's different levels of haunt too. So if you go
Yeah.
to a home haunt and you're expecting something at fucking Disney,
It's fair.
fuck off.
Wrong place.
I expect, cardboard and duct tape if I go to a home
Right.
haunt.
I mean, like, here's the thing: is that like I'm expecting to see something handcrafted.
Yeah.
I'm expecting to see something that someone put some labor, like a labor of love.
Yeah.
And I'm expecting to see bad scares, not bad scares, but not scares that are going to scare me. That
Right.
they won't get me. You know. Or actors who are newer. You know,
Yeah.
that's another one that you're going to see.
Now, if I'm coming to a 15-year, 20-year haunt, I'm expecting my poo-poo to come out of my bow.
Like, come on, scare me.
But yeah, like I want
How did you came through Hellscream last week? How did we
did.
do?
Honestly, okay. So, like, I have, like, there are a few haunts in Colorado that actually scare me, right? I left this haunt, Hellscream, I left Hellscream sweating, and not from the heat inside the haunt. I was sweating from the fact that y'all scared me that bad.
Yeah. So I knew you were coming. I was talking to some other folks who run a podcast out front. So like I had like 30 seconds before you got upstairs to throw on my mask. Literally, I put my mask on in 30 seconds. Knee pads, mask, 30 seconds straight. I swear. They were like, yeah, she's walking up the stairs. I was like, oh,
She's
son of a
walking.
bitch.
I knew it. I knew that was being watched. No, but like honestly, I'm like, is that why you were in the middle of the hallway?
No, it's because I'm the runner up there, and
That's fair.
that's what I
Yeah.
do.
He owns that damn hall so good.
It's so funny.
You've been doing running for how long?
300 years.
Yeah, since they started doing the running thing.
He created it.
I did not. I was just asked to do it.
And then you did it really well.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
This year, one of our owners, Jesse, he's taken some tips from me with dealing with people who think they can be rowdy and stuff. And a lot of times they're just being rowdy just because they can. And then when someone out ridiculouses them, they stop it.
Yeah.
It's
Almost
so funny.
every single time.
I love being ridiculous to people.
There is an art to being scary, but also being entertaining.
Uh-huh.
It's not an easy balance to find.
Not even close. Not even close. If you can flip from happy to friendly to terrifying within a millisecond, then you figured it out. But Jesus Christ, it's so hard.
It is.
Right.
It's
And
so hard.
reading your crowd too.
Yeah, I make a lot of people laugh, and they're scared. But also, I'll say some funny shit to them. It's like they'll be like, "Oh yeah, sure, you can make me into a table." I'm like, "No, I can't because you consent to this." So
You consented to that.
now I'm making your girlfriend into a footstool.
Oh. Like, yeah, no, it's so interesting because like there has to be like a balance too, like within a haunted house where you're able to throw people off like just a constant fear.
Yeah.
Because like if you're just getting scared the entire way through, it's
Too much.
yes, it's almost boring in a way, you know? And so like having the comedic relief or somebody you can like just banter with, I think is beautiful.
I think that also has to do with the type of haunt that you're looking for. Because like if I'm going like 17th door, if I go there and somebody tries to do comedy, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm sorry, that's just me. If I'm going to an extreme haunt and somebody makes me giggle, I've already lost all hope of being scared the rest of the haunt because then I'm gonna keep thinking about that
But maybe
person giggling.
maybe
you know what I
it's
mean? Though.
maybe it's a fear giggle. Like people have weird reactions to fear.
No, I mean like the actor would try to make like if they go into funny instead of
see.
trying to scare me at like a 17th door or a haunted hoochie somewhere where I know is supposed to be extreme, I'm gonna be pissed.
Right.
I'm gonna be like, you know what the hell did I come here for? You know, I could have got that at any other haunt that I go to because most haunts are that, you know, recommended 14, 15, whatever. and then you're always going to see a 6-year-old in line.
I also feel like though, like at extreme haunts, there's like a balance though. It's like if someone's being goofy, silly, then yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
If someone is putting like dark humor under stuff,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
with
Like
that.
that's cool, but like just outright breaking out and just doing like a funny thing, like why'd the chicken cross the road?
You don't
Went to
think
the
we
other
should have a
side.
stand-up
Derp, derp,
comedian
derp.
do line entertainment for people?
See, line is completely different though. Because in the line, you're trying to get them that warm and fuzzy in their
Right.
stomach so they don't have that uneasy feeling, so they don't quit before they even walk in the door.
Right.
So the line actors are completely different. You want them
Right.
to, yes, be creepy and still scare, but at the same time, kind of give them a little more entertainment,
Right.
you know, because they're out there for 2 hours, two
Right.
hours in line.
Yeah.
Are you trying to scare them for 2 hours in line too? No, that's not
Right.
going to work. That you have to be entertaining.
I also want to point out that like I have not seen a whole lot of line actors this year in Colorado.
No.
Like honestly, I think I've seen you guys do line acting, and then one haunt had a mid-haunt line actor because they had a second line to
I
break people
know
up.
Terror in the Corn, they have line actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've
Oh,
got,
they did have line actors at Terror in the Corn, but I've been to a lot of the other haunts, and there's just not a lot of line actors this year.
That's weird.
Yeah, because
You would think there'd be more because
Like, getting
in
farther
my
away from
experience,
the-
I've caught rowdy customers. I've caught drunk customers that are a little too drunk to go through.
Right.
You know, if you've been drinking, that's fine. Be able to walk and not be belligerent or scream at the actors that are trying to make you giggle. You know, that again is what the line actors are for, to weed those people out immediately.
Right.
You know, I don't know. That's just me.
see, I'm one of the few actors who likes the rowdy groups though, because I get just as rowdy with them.
Oh, yeah, see, I don't mind, but
But-
I know that 90% of the house isn't
Right.
ready for that kind of stuff or
Right.
doesn't want to deal with
Well,
it. So
and
I'm like, well, fuck it, just
I
get rid
think
of them.
also though, like if you're rowdy, if your group's rowdy, you're not expecting an actor to
Yeah.
get super rowdy with you and get right in between you and your friend and get just really over the top with you guys. It's I don't know.
I mean, there's also a thing where
I
it's
like
like,
rowdy groups for some reason.
like, have you ever done line acting? Or just
I've done a little bit,
Yeah.
but I like to be runner because I can be really intense the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different vibe.
Yeah.
You know, like,
It's definitely a different way to haunt. Like when I go from outside to inside, I have to flip a switch and do something completely different.
Right.
Like this past weekend, I was out in Iowa and I was outside doing stuff and I had to go relieve somebody inside. So when the group came through that remembered me, they're like, "Oh, you're the friendly one from outside." And I was like, "Not inside here." And I like threw this bat across the damn room.
Yeah, like that.
And the lady like shit her pants and was like, "Oh my God, you're not nice." And I'm like, "No shit," you know, and like chased her out. And then the chainsaw guy hit her, you know. So it was like, so you have to flip that switch too. So if you can't, where you're just, oh, let's be entertaining the whole time, eventually the crowds are going to notice that and start to rip you guys for being too friendly.
like, exactly. Like, again, the balance of entertaining and
Yeah.
scary, you know? Like, I have the character Scary Bird, who she wears a straitjacket. She thinks she's a bird, the whole thing. Outside, she's like a cute little, "Oh my God, give me your hand. Are you okay?" Like, but also just like making noises the entire time. She doesn't actually talk,
Yeah.
you know? And I'm trying to make sure because I know him, like, he's my
you're
little
good.
friend.
You're good.
I'm sorry.
You're good. We're just chilling. It's
But,
like
like-
three people having a conversation.
Dope.
How dare you not make eye contact with both of us at the same time?
God damn it.
Hold on,
That
let me
is
just make my
ridiculous.
eyes like rip that.
We should get 3 toilet seats though.
What?
And then we could just like all sit on the toilet. And then we could call it toilet talk.
Oh my God.
Or we could call it talking shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Get like a little flush sound every time we rip on something.
Oh my God. Or like a
Yes.
noise. But like it's inside house. So back, like I'm really aggressive. Like I jump over shit. I run at people. I snarl. You know. But you know what? Okay. The other place I went to this season was Scary Acres in Omaha, and they have 3 haunted attractions on one plot of land and a gigantic midway. Speaking of line acting, they have to fill that midway with actors
Yeah, they do.
because there are So many people.
thousands.
No, like they legitimately have like 10,000 people come through.
A night.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
A night.
A night.
Wow.
I went
Yeah.
there. I went to walk through on a Sunday. I didn't act. I just went to do a walkthrough on a Sunday, and they had over 5,000 people just on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
And that was
cool.
a slow night.
yeah. That was one of their slow nights.
That's awesome.
But yeah, like you have to have, line actors out there. And I got to line act for 2 hours when I was there, which is great for me because I don't get to act like ever. And I did everything from just like awkwardly get close to people and make people just like really freaked out to chase teenagers around the park to make little kids feel good about themselves because I'm a big scary thing that's actually not that scary,
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's the reward, is helping little kids. But then at the same time, don't bring your fucking little kids to a haunted house.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. If
they
your
end up
kid's-
like us.
If your kid's scared of his own shadow, why the hell are you bringing him to a place where scary monsters are walking around and looking at him and they're going, oh my God, you're a scary monster. I'm going to poop my pants.
Because that's how haunters are born.
It don't matter.
we did meet two kids,
Terrible.
two kids at Oklahoma City Horror Con.
Hararara.
Hararara. This year, who very well could become really good haunters, and they're like young.
They're Wizzo's BFFs.
Honestly, they became friends with all of the ScurryFace reps.
Super awesome kids.
Sweet kids, and that's a big thing, is that like when you are a haunter and you're a big scary creature, and you get to read who is okay to scare and who isn't to scare. You learn, like, okay, so this person is acting this way, they can handle the scare, or oh my God, they're actually crying.
Yeah. Keep going.
Oh my God.
That's right.
But yeah, like if you know that you're going to a haunted house that is rated like a certain age and above, don't bring little kids there, man.
Yeah, I get paid to scare. I don't get paid to babysit. So I'm sorry if your kid gets scared because I looked at him. Shut your damn. I'm dead ass serious. I had a kid about shit in his pants because I turned and looked at him, and he went and fucking lost his shit. And I was like, you can calm down now. And he was not having it.
So funny.
I tried calming him down. I tried giving this kid butt Skittles. I tried giving him a button. It just wasn't working.
Damn.
Oh, that poor kid. But like there's family-oriented haunts out
Yeah.
there.
There is. There's plenty of them.
Like-
and a lot of haunts are starting to do lights on tours during the day of same day operation. They do a lights on tour a couple hours beforehand. It's a discounted price. A lot of haunts, I think, would benefit from that if you say, okay, our haunt it is 100% 16 plus. If your kid looks anything under than 16, we're not letting them in. I'm sorry. I don't care if the kid is 16 and they're 3 foot tall. They ain't coming in. They don't look 16. They ain't got an ID. They ain't coming in. I think that's just how it should be at this point, because we are getting these 7, 8-year-old kids that are coming through. Some of them are badasses and they come through and they don't get scared at all, or they're rocking
some of
with
those
us.
kids.
Yeah. And then you have other 7, 8-year-olds that are coming through shitting their pants, and their
are
parents are
getting
getting
scarred for
mad
life.
because they have to leave one room in, and then they wasted, $40-50 on tickets for their family.
Yeah.
So just eliminate this entire thing and say, hey, 16 up at nighttime. That's it. We have a daytime thing for small kids.
Like, for instance, okay, so one of the haunts in Colorado I think is really good for families is Slaughter Gulch. It's out in Franktown, Colorado. It's like really cute. It takes place partially at a cornfield or corn maze, and then like kind of like through some woodsy areas. Wear good shoes. Maybe bring like a flashlight because it's really dark. But it's like the actors are good. Like little kids, they're gonna get like the actors are gonna try to scare them, but like they also are kind of muted because it's a family environment, you know.
Right.
And I haven't written that article yet, but I really enjoyed my time there. That haunt knows what it is and does it really well.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's a simple fix. And it would still bring in, hell, it'd probably bring in more money. If I said I was going to do lights on tours, how many little dingy kids would want to come through a haunted house?
Well, we do the you guys do the
Yeah.
trick or treating every year.
Yeah, they do a trick or treat.
I think
Kids
they
Day
did it
friends.
Saturday.
Yeah.
This last Saturday?
But
Yeah.
I'm saying we can
It was
do
here.
that more often than not. It don't have to be a Halloween thing. It could literally be a Friday, Saturday event. Every Friday and Saturday, come meet the monsters out of their scary rooms, and then they can walk you through the haunt with lights on. Give a little tour or something. Do a 2 or 3 hour
And
window.
then they can be goofy and
And then you can
fluffy
be
and-
goofy, and then as soon as nighttime hits, boom, you're scary again. And then you don't have to worry about turning that switch back every 3 groups. Or if you have a group and a group and a group, and you go to be goofy to group A, B and C already seen you be goofy, being scary doesn't work anymore.
Or if you're like me, you just
Yeah.
You're
don't care.
off the rails.
Yeah, I have problems.
You don't have problems. You just don't have an off switch.
I know exactly what you're talking about because I do that same flip, but at the same time,
If you're outside, it's different.
Yeah.
But as far as once they get to me,
yeah.
if the kids made it to where I'm at,
Yeah, where you
okay. If you're 15 minutes into the haunt, okay, and your kid made it 15 minutes into the haunt, there should be no mercy at that point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They made it 15
If
minutes
you make
into
it
the
past
haunt.
manor floor, fuck off. You're done. I'm scaring the shit
Honestly,
out of you.
though, like at Hellscream, if they made it past like the first 5 or 6 rooms, then they're pretty much locked in at that point.
I
It's
think
hard to get out of the haunt
if
there.
you make it to the manor, you should. If you make it all the way through the manor and hit the downstairs, there should be a no.
Even
no
for
going back.
adults, it's rare they get towards the end there. and
Yeah.
they freak out or whatever.
I honestly, you say that because I used to be with you guys, like work with you guys. Like, I don't think I've ever had someone leave the house after the first floor.
I've had
I
one
have.
leave on the second floor.
Really?
Yeah.
Like downstairs or upstairs?
2019 upstairs.
Oh wow! They made it all the way there and got out.
I gave them damn near a
Yeah,
seizure.
I've seen it happen. I've done it to people. I didn't do this
Yeah.
to people, but I think Missy is her name.
Yeah.
They moved her to
She's
the
had 'em-
attic.
she's had 'em
And
leave the attic.
I think it was this weekend. Was it this
Last
weekend or
weekend.
last weekend?
I think it was last, is what she said.
Yeah, but yeah, she got this one lady so good. This lady had a full on panic attack up there, and I was like, I was like all the way on the other end of the floor, and I hear Abigail. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? So I turn around, run down there, and this lady is having like a full on panic attack. And I was like, all right. I was like, hey, hi, I'm friendly. I know how to get you out of here. Come on, hold my hand. I'll walk you out.
There's a point where it's like you do know when to break character if something
Yeah.
is too much for someone.
Yeah, and there's that point, you can tell when that point is. But
Yeah. It takes a lot for people to get to that point, but
I just
Yeah.
ignore it.
'Cause
Keep going.
I know upstairs, like this
I'm
year,
just
I've had 2 personally
Yeah.
upstairs. So
Yeah, it's rare, but it happens.
it does happen. I mean, like at that point you've seen like thousands upon thousands of people.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
So having 2 out of thousands is
Yeah,
pretty
good.
good.
Well,
It's
it's
a pretty
because
good percentage.
usually if they're going to tap out, they're going to do it earlier in the
Yeah.
hunt.
Yeah.
Usually it's that very first hallway or within the first 3 to 4 rooms.
Yeah, because I used to be the runner
Yeah.
on the manor floor for a couple years when they first started it.
I was an actor on that floor when you were my runner,
Yeah.
and
I'll be running that floor this weekend.
Yay.
honestly, okay, so one of my favorite memories of working at Hellscream and acting at Hellscream was one of my first like couple of nights, and like a group of kids tapped out in my room because I was like one of the first rooms, and you came back and you're like, dude, they just left. That's really cool. That's a really good job. Good job. You made me feel good about myself. So thank you.
It's good. I try to
Encourage the newbies
because
and
I feel like
oldies.
especially as as a runner, especially for the newer actors you kind of looked up to,
Yeah.
and so I think it's important if something really cool happens, you got to try to
Oh, yeah. Always give them
Reinforce.
props.
Like even
Yeah.
if like you've been in the industry like I had been at the time, you just don't know what it's like to be at a new haunt and what the structure is and who's who
Yeah.
and how
Right.
they act. It's always good to get that feedback,
right. Yeah,
It's fun times.
Yeah.
fun times.
Haunting.
Yeah, it's important for all you actors out there and owners and managers. It's important to encourage
Yeah.
your actors.
Give a
you
high
know.
five. Give a fucking fist
Yeah.
bump. Walk through. Don't ask them, do you need your break? Or
Yeah, do
make sure you're
something.
doing something. No, give them a fucking high five. Tell them they're doing a good job and keep going. Fuck, toss them a thing of a little fucking Snickers or something. Here's some candy. I seen you do some cool shit.
Well, like
What'd you see me do? Who cares? Just know that I'd watch you do some cool shit.
like also like you know how earlier you were saying like lights on, no actors stuff. Like a haunted house is not a haunted house without actors.
Yeah.
Like
That's right.
It's
Otherwise,
just
it's just a museum.
building with props.
it's an animatronic or just a museum
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
sets. I'm not.
It's an
calling
art
out
project.
any-
Which I will say, the one haunted museum that's out there, Zach Bagans, is awesome. If you have a chance to go, you should go, people.
But yeah, it's actors.
actors.
Yeah.
No, honest. I've got to meet a lot of really cool actors this year.
Same.
It's cool.
Like it's and then like because I've been out of the state like too many times this year. But I got to go to Chicago earlier this year, and I met like a whole bunch of Chicago area actors. Those guys are intense up there. Like they do not give any fucks.
The Eastern Midwest is a whole different animal.
like they're
Haunting wise.
Yeah.
They're vicious.
they're
I'm talking
mean.
about. Yeah.
They're vicious. They talk shit the whole time. We don't care.
Yeah.
That's where I started. Was
That's it.
out
Well,
Ohio, Cincinnati.
But also, you do have guys like me that out here. I'm Ruth. I will talk shit to you.
oh yeah,
I am mean to people
oh
sometimes.
yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. The actors were ruthless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just the customers, the actors were
Yeah.
just as bad. Like
Right, it's so funny.
There was no like when I came out here and they were like, you can't get like super close, and I'm like, well, shit, that's how I was trained.
Well, I think
Like
for us though, it's more of a liability issue. It's
Yeah.
like it's an
will-
insurance issue.
I
Oh,
will
yeah.
say they play very fast and loose
Yeah.
up there. Like for instance, this past weekend, my friend Cupcake, he does not look fluffy. He is not like a cute little character.
looks like
he's
me.
horrifying.
That's cool.
He's terrifying. He found a folding chair.
and he slid with it.
Oh, that's cool.
He slid
Yeah.
and then jumped in the chair and slid in
sounds
the
like
chair
fun.
and then toppled out.
And
Yeah.
he's done that multiple times and has broken many chairs.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just get a chance to be a little more wild out there because the
Yeah.
space they have is bigger
Yeah.
usually.
And they have some creepy ass buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? My brain stopped entirely. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I met a shitload of cool ones when we were out in
Yes.
Iowa, Nebraska.
Yeah.
We had to cut part of the trip out, so we didn't get to go to Oklahoma, but we just stayed at Madness the whole time, basically. But we met a whole bunch of cool ass people out there that, were asking for tips, as we would go through the rooms. I'm like trying to back off, and they're like, no, come in, act with me. So I'm like, fuck yeah, let's
Which is
go.
totally different than culture out here.
Yeah.
Because out here, it's like, unless you're put in a similar area with someone that's like assigned there, you don't interact with each
Yeah,
other.
you don't really interact as much. Like those guys, like there was like maybe I would say out of the 40 to 50 people that they had, 5 of them were set.
Yeah.
The rest of them floated each night.
Oh, really?
And none of them cared. None of them, like almost everybody was super cool with it. Like they had certain ones that tend to stay in the same areas. But at the same time, like I watched one girl, she was a clown the first whole weekend. That second weekend, she was a clown one day. And then they were like, oh, hey, by the way, we need you to be inside the house. And she's like, okay, cool. Excellent. I get to do this.
Well, and I know Hellscream used to be like that.
Yeah.
And if you're good at something, then they let you do that. You know what I'm saying? But it used to be where people got moved around a lot.
Yeah.
And I think if you have a set ideal for something, you know what I'm saying? Especially
Yeah.
like if your haunted house is themed and you're trying to set a theme, I think it's important. It's just like a stage play, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
When you have a stage play, you have characters.
Yeah.
You have people try out for those characters. So
I think that's what we do a lot is we're more theater based.
It's not just Hellscream. It's also like a lot of Colorado haunts.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I think a lot of us go into those themes, but then we stick to that theme and it stays with that, okay, you're in a 30-minute movie.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
get that. I like that. But like we were saying, out once you start getting closer to the Midwest, it's more wild.
Yeah.
Where, yes, there might be a theme to the haunt, but
Unleashed.
some of the characters might not make too much sense.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't matter because,
Yeah.
again, you're being scared.
And when I was at Aftermath, it was like that.
Yeah.
Which is a small haunted house
Yeah.
that runs in Canyon City. I'm pretty sure to this day.
I checked them out last year. Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure still to this day Aftermath is the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of, oh, you want to do that? Cool.
Well,
Have
and
fun.
Aftermath is a really cool haunt 'cause it's also isn't it like a fundraiser sort of thing?
Yeah,
for
it's like
the
a
park?
fundraiser for the
Oh,
rec
nice.
district down there. It's
Yeah.
like it's kind of like a charity hunt,
Yeah.
basically.
Oh, cool.
And it's at the Canyon City
Yeah.
River Walk.
Yeah. Like I got to do it last year, but they were only open like 2 days of the season last year.
Yeah, it's weird. I think this year they had like 4 days or something like that.
Which,
We got to do
Yeah.
the candy shop haunt.
Yeah.
We wound up getting to go through
Oh,
there
that's cool.
out there. So there's an old candy shop called Hollywood Candy. And a lot of like old superstars would come in. Like they've got a walk of fame for all the superstars that
That's
actually
cool.
come through.
Yeah.
But it's like a 2-story candy store. They've got vintage candies and stuff, and then they've got like old pinball machine, like an
sick.
old
I love-
arcade.
I
They've
love
got
old
like a middle
pinball
movie
machines.
theater in
Right.
there. But during Halloween season, the basement they have a haunt inside the basement, so it's
Cool.
underground underneath everything. So it's not just like a normal basement; it's like 4 levels underground.
Oh, cool.
So you have to go down all these levels of stairs or whatever. You get downstairs, and then you're like walking around, and it's like, oh shit, this used to be like an actual like tunnel system of some sort, you
You're
know?
like, this is where I died.
Yeah, it looks actually
That's so
creepy
cool.
as shit. And then you walk through the haunt, and then it like goes back up a couple levels, you know, like 1 or 2 levels at certain points. And then it comes out, and then the exit is inside the candy shop. So then you get
that's
to
cool.
walk back through the whole candy shop.
That's
and
awesome.
leave. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was super cool.
I know they're doing something at Kaladi.
Yeah, I heard that.
I'm very interested in it.
What?
At
I can,
Kaladi,
I
they're
can
doing
talk
like
to you
a,
about that later.
Okay, yeah, but
Yeah.
I just read something about it online. I'm like that.
Yeah, there's
if
a
you've
couple
ever
clubs
been-
downtown that that's popped up this year. It was
Yeah.
Kaladi and
I
Illuminations, I think.
Meant to go see them, but again, like my season this year got busy and then life happened.
Yeah,
So
it happens.
I get to go to Disturbance in the Monastery next week.
Yeah,
Oh, cool. That's
with Dark Side of the Abbey.
yeah, it's in Canyon City.
nice.
Yep.
Again, good old.
They sound. I kind of want to go check them out.
Yeah.
I've
Here's-
been wanting to see them for the past couple of
Here's
years.
the thing. I feel like Dark Side of the Abbey is like on Hellscream's level.
Yeah,
And I also feel like Disturbance in the Monastery is for different reasons. Their set work,
meh.
but it's also a blackout haunt
Yeah,
where it's a sensory deprivation thing. And that's why it's my favorite, because last year I went through the entire sensory deprivation, went home, had to sleep with the lights on
Hilarious.
yes.
because it got in my brain.
I want to go.
Yeah.
I want to go to
Well,
one of those
it's
deprivation
also in,
tanks so
like,
bad.
It's like the Holy Cross Abbey.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you've been to Canyon City. It's actually a huge church.
Oh, yeah.
That's right there on the grounds. It's like on an actual grounds that's ran by a church.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know if
That's like Sinister Sydney. He's got an actual cemetery in his backyard that's in the haunt. So
Yeah.
as you're walking the haunt, you see an actual cemetery.
right. Yeah.
creepy.
and I,
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's creepy as fuck.
I'd love to talk to the Abbey guys, you know.
We have some people who used to work for Hellscream who work down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wyatt Bloomis, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah. So, but I'd like to talk to but I don't know if they're connected to the church or how all that works.
So the Dark Side of the Abbey is pretty much permanent in the building that it is. And it's run by the Boy Scouts
Oh, yeah.
as their
see.
fundraiser for the year.
Yeah.
And Disturbance in the Monastery, they have to tear down and rebuild every year.
Right.
But this, yeah. So I'm really excited for this year because I'm like, it's a whole new, like, because they redo it every year. It's a new maze.
Yep. And
Heck yeah.
I know they have other event, not that's like
Yeah.
associated with the haunt, but that grounds like they have car shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a big wine event out there for like Harvest Festival. It's a huge wine event. And
That sounds
people
so
come
much
from
fun.
all over the country to this little small town Canyon City for at the Abbey Winery event because I guess their wine's really well known. And me being a culinary, I used to work at a place where we would host the kickoff party to their harvest festival.
Oh, nice.
And
fun.
so, it was up at the Royal Gorge, so they would bus people from in Canyon City 15 minutes up the mountain to the Royal Gorge. And it was always like a tapas with like fancy food and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And there's a couple of nights when I first started Hellscream, I missed a few nights because of Hellscream, because they're like, you have to help do
That's
this event.
right.
And that's the event I was doing. But the good news to that is they always brought like a fuck ton of wine. So I was left with a couple bottles of wine at the end of the night.
Was it good wine?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's really good wine. Ooh. If you like it, you should try their wine.
Might have to.
Try woot.com too.
What?
Woot.com.
Woot?
Yeah.
Like woot woot?
Woot. You can get some wine deals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you a wino?
No, but I just know about the website.
I'm not I don't drink very much, but I can appreciate a good like
Box wine.
I was thinking like actual
Juice
wine.
box.
It's just an adult juice
Just
box.
shove a giant straw
Yeah,
in
just
it.
get a boba straw, see what happens.
So when I was a heavy drinker, I used to do that. I would carry around a box of wine and straw.
Yeah.
You
It's
scared me.
hilarious.
Yep.
I'm so glad you're where you're at now.
Yeah, right?
And even though that means breaking my brain with random conversations.
You know.
Yeah.
At least I'm not riding around in wagons with boat oars anymore.
So how did you get involved with ScurryFace?
His fault.
What happened?
Oh.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, you did.
I swear I didn't.
It's that guy's fault.
Would you like to tell the beginning of the story
The
and
tell.
then
I don't
The tall
remember,
tale.
honestly. I have short-term memory loss.
okay, so what he said was what he had said what. So he basically found it a couple years ago before Wizzo and Shriek first entered the SAS. And they're like, oh, this sounds really cool. Well, he emailed about applying and he was like, oh, well, the SAS Scare Actor Spectacular competition where it's like a networking competition where everyone like networks and like you vote for your favorite characters, and so on and so forth.
Put it into work.
It's actually really
Put
fun.
it in work. It's a pain in the ass.
It sounds like
so
it.
much work,
It
but
is
it's
so
so
much work.
fun.
I don't want to do it. It's just
Dude,
no.
it is fucking
Well, and
nightmare.
it goes on for months, but it's honestly in my
Yeah,
it's
I struggle with doing our social media. Okay, I can't imagine asking for people's votes. Okay,
Oh, dude.
so it's hard
I've
for
met
me to
so many people.
post on Instagram when it's not a day where we post.
I have met hundreds of people in this city.
so okay. So like they missed the first year that he wanted to do it, which I think
right.
was 2021.
Yeah, it was 2021. I missed out by a couple months.
2021, and then 2022 he was on it. He was on the
I
ball.
was watching that shit like a hawk.
Him and Shriek got in on that. He made it to the top 13 his first year.
Yeah, and then Shriek got top 4
Shriek
Yeah,
got
the
top
first
4.
year.
and
And
then
yeah, we got asked to be reps. I had talked to Erica because we were talking about videos and photos and stuff.
'Cause
we
at
were going
that
to go
time-
to OKC and do all this other stuff.
And at that time, I was also the media manager for Hellscream.
And Tyler had mentioned wanting to come out here, so I figured why not contact those two, and then that took off from there. And then
And then life happened, and I ended up having to leave Hellscream for personal reasons.
Right.
Tyler asked if she wanted to be media, asked me and Shriek if we wanted to be reps, and fucking signed on same day.
Oh yeah, we did. Like
Boom, bam.
we were all on the same call, and I literally in that call, I was expecting him just to ask like Shriek and Wizzo and Eric and Dolores just to be reps, and I was just there to support them.
Right.
But then he asked me to do the rep thing too, and I'm like, oh, like the media or writer, and I was like, absolutely, I'll help with that.
It's been wild ever since.
And then yeah, ever since, honestly, it's like joining ScurryFace has opened a whole new world to haunting.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Like when you first start haunted houses, you get like you join for whatever reason, whether you're trying to make friends, you feel like you're out of place, you just want to scream, whatever. But then you become like part of like this little family within your haunt,
Right.
and like you have your cliques and you get angry at people, but at the end of the day, you still love your haunt family.
Right.
ScurryFace introduces you to like
Different types of those families.
yeah, it does, and it's super supportive. Yeah, you get some drama here and there. You're never going to avoid that.
Right.
But like honestly, I've had more positivity since joining ScurryFace in the haunt industry, and it reinvigorated my love for it
Yeah.
than I have had. Like I've had fun haunting forever. I've been doing this for 14 years.
Right.
I've had more fun in the last 2 years doing ScurryFace.
Right.
Just because there's so much to do.
And I don't
cool.
think it's just the travel part either.
No,
like
it's
a
not
lot
just
of
the
people are like,
travel.
"Oh, it's so cool that you get to travel." It's not that at all. Like I get friend requests almost daily from new haunters that I've never even heard of.
Oh, that's cool.
You know what I mean? And it's a random person, and they're like, "Hey, I follow the rest of ScurryFace, and I've seen you, and I thought that'd be cool. Awesome." You know, and every once in a while, I've got a guy who messages me about his homemade lawn displays and his homemade costumes, and that's all he wants is a thumbs up or a dude, that looks pretty cool. You know, it's not the greatest stuff in the world, but he's doing it on his own, and he's showing an interest, and he's found people that also have a love for haunting and that he can talk to. And he probably doesn't have that in his normal everyday life. So we talk almost once a week, and I'll message him. I'm like, "Hey man, how you doing?" You know, he's like, "Oh shit, why are you talking to me?" And you're a rep. And I'm like, "Yeah,
that's
what I'm doing. I'm being a rep.
I'm being a rep.
I'm being engaging with the fans and the friends of our group." So like
something that like I think you've also realized, and like something that I've started to experience is like people go, "Oh my God, you're with Scurry." No.
Yeah, it's just a thing. Like we're
cool.
We're
just people. We got to be part of a thing because people think that we're good people. Literally, like everyone in ScurryFace got asked to be a rep because they're a good person.
It's cool.
It was more moral than what we do in social. Like my social isn't very active. Half of them aren't even on social media. And I know there's a lot of people that I've talked to recently that are like, "Well, I don't have a good social presence, so I couldn't be a ScurryFace rep, or I couldn't be in the ScurryFace competition." No, fuck that. No, you can be in there. Like some of them characters that went to the final 13 have zero fucking following on anything.
No,
it's about walking out and talking and being excited about your haunt. More people were willing to vote for me during this competition this year because they seen a passion in what I was talking about, not because I was like, "Hey, vote for me."
Which, by the way, I'm sure you guys have already talked about it, but like he made it to Final Four this year, and then Karan, one of your actors here at Fear Complex, won the entire competition, which
we were rocking this year.
Super cool, and I was so proud. I am still proud.
All 11 of us did fucking amazing, honestly.
No, sincerely.
Like we had 11 actors, almost all of them did great.
Oh my God, yeah, like even if they got out like early on, they still like were engaged.
They were close as shit.
And like they were engaged, they were interacting, they were supporting, they were getting to know like the reps and the other competitors.
And that's what it's about. Again, meeting people, networking, introducing. Like I met a guy who makes flaming chainsaws.
Is that blood?
Flaming what?
Flaming chainsaws.
Say it 10 times fast.
Flaming chainsaws. But you know, I was
once, and it counts for 10 times.
I would have never. Yeah, you just exaggerate it, and then it accounts for 10. Flaming chainsaws.
Just pull it Jack Black. 20. You'll be fine.
Yeah, but like I don't know, like it's little shit like that, like costume designs. One messaged me about her character, and she was like, "What can I do to upgrade my costume?" And I read the backstory, and I said I would make it darker because your character is kind of dingy and hidden a fucking corner for years. So you'd be more dingy, not bright. Oh, okay. And then they fixed that costume and changed it up. And
you know, they communicate, and like if you need makeup help or like want to know about airbrushes, I can point you in the direction of at least like 4 or 5 reps who are happy to talk to you about it.
If you need prosthetic help or prosthetic sales, we've got people that do those things. We've got people that have makeup palettes. We've got
patches.
Yeah, patches, hats, shirts, buttons, stickers, whatever the hell you want.
Like because they want to.
Yeah, why not? We do this podcast. You know why we do this podcast? Because we want to.
Because we want to.
Because it helps. It again, networking. When I mentioned this show while we were out in Iowa and Nebraska, I'm like, "Hey, I'm a fucking idiot and forgot all my headphones, so we can't do any of the interview stuff. But would you like to do a phone interview?" Almost half of them were like shitting in their pants, and they're like, "Wait, what?" And I'm like, yeah, we do an interview, like we interview haunters behind the scenes, behind their mask, you know, just normal conversation shit.
It's weird people.
And they're like, hold on, that's crazy. What is it? You know, so whether they watched and follow or if they just listen or even if they just jump on the show one time, who cares? It spread the word and again, networking.
Yeah, that was the thought behind this is because I was like, man, we need somewhere where we can discuss and like hang out with other haunted house people, but not only just actors, but owners, tech people,
photographers,
writers, people who go review haunts with
bloggers.
Our episode with I'm drawing a blank here with the haunt kid. You know?
Yeah.
So we're trying to
Blank to
expand.
draw a blank. Drew a blank about the what?
No, his
I was
name
trying-
is actually Haunt Kid.
Yeah, his name's actually the Haunter Kid, and he reviews haunted houses on the East Coast.
Oh, good for him.
And we interviewed him a couple weeks
Oh,
ago.
was that the virtual one?
Yeah, that was our first.
That was our
virtual.
first virtual.
So if that was rough,
That's why it
folks,
looked like shit.
we're still trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
So
I thought it looked decent.
Break it down.
I've watched a handful of these.
Yeah.
Not much all of them.
yeah,
It's fired.
but
It's haunt season.
God. But
You're
anyway,
traveling, you can turn it on, put it in your ears.
You say that.
yeah, and I've been trying to reach out to some different haunts and stuff like that because
I've got a few on
Even
a
stuff-
list.
that's out of state.
If you guys need contact information too.
Okay.
Like,
yeah. For sure. I seen, what is it called? There's a haunt in Utah. I seen a walkthrough of it. And it's a haunt in Utah, and I tried to reach out to
We
them.
may
What's it
know
called?
them.
Yeah, we know them.
We may know them.
Yeah, I can't think
Lita?
what
Lita?
the hell it's called. What is it called?
One of our friends, Lita Bites, is a vampire, and more than likely it's maybe the same haunt.
It might
Well,
be
what is the haunt name?
I have no idea where she
Oh,
was.
yeah. See, then we're on the same
Yeah.
page. So it don't fucking
But
matter.
like I know there's like a one main one out there
Yeah,
and she
yeah.
works for it.
yeah, I think it's the big main one that's like pretty
It's
famous.
probably hers then,
And
yeah.
that walkthrough is like full video, an hour and a half. I was like, man, this haunt is so. It's like in an old cement factory.
Ooh.
I think that is hers.
That would-
honestly.
that honestly
God.
sounds
I think
like
it is.
hers.
Oh,
We'd have to-
I
we'll
need to
have to-
send you that video because oh my god,
Okay.
their sets, the way they have, you have to like walk up the concrete tower.
Yeah.
it is wild. That is, if you are afraid of heights, that is not the haunt for you to go because they have a sky bridge in between the towers. That's like
Yeah, and you can see down
Yeah,
or whatever,
and it's like
and
100
Wow,
feet off
they're
the ground.
they're straight up playing on all the fears.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
for
And
them.
it's
yeah,
like-
they get everything.
it's like themed. I forget the main character's name, but before you go into each section, there's like I think 13 sections or something like that, and there's a little backstory for each section that he tries to like. There's like a voice box, you know. What I'm
Yeah.
saying? So he's like kind of like an intercom from like when you were back in school, and so the guys you kind of get the story through the little intercoms on the wall.
Ooh,
Yeah,
It'd be cool.
that's interesting.
it's the coolest
Yeah,
haunt.
send
And
me
then
that video.
they had I will. It's an hour and a half long.
There's
I don't care.
Yeah.
also a walkthrough that actually Karan sent me of Hell's Gate in Chicago.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
okay.
place is fucking crazy.
It's
Yeah, it's cool.
Dope. It's one of John the Flamboy's haunts.
Yep.
But then, like, honestly, like, I want to go to Evil Intentions out there.
Oh, okay.
It's in a casket factory,
Oh, sick.
an old casket factory.
That's cool.
Like, that literally, they had to shut down part of the building because it's condemned.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So I'm talking. See, you know that you heard about that funeral home in Penrose?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yep.
They need to turn that into a haunted house.
Yep.
So I'm talking about it's out in Penrose, so you can do a redneck haunted house. Because
Yeah.
there are two things you're doing in Penrose: either you have horses or you're doing meth.
Yes.
That's about it.
Jesus. I mean, you're not wrong. It's like the
think it was like-
Shadowlands.
Yes.
And it was like 80 some bodies or something
Yeah.
like that
Oh,
they found
that's
decomposing.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not? That is a haunt.
It's literally 45 minutes away from here.
Listen, I used to work in news. I no longer pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I don't
we
pay
don't
attention
talk
to
about
it either.
Penrose.
Yeah.
We don't talk. It's kind of like Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about
Hey,
Penrose.
hey,
Oh
Eric.
no.
Hey, Eric.
Hey.
Tell him about Gary.
Yeah. Fuck Gary.
Yeah, Gary.
Yeah. I found Gary out in Nebraska/Iowa.
Yeah.
And fuck that guy. He's very elusive.
Yeah. Gary doesn't exist.
Gary exists.
I don't believe you.
I could not.
Gary doesn't exist.
Gary's a lie.
Gary 1,000% exists. He exists at Madness Haunted House in whatever state that is. He exists in Sinister Sydney. He exists at Eagle Hollow.
What's up?
And he is still out there. I do not
up?
believe that he showed back
Guess
up.
what?
Happened?
He's a lie.
Did
It's
Wizzo,
like cake.
did Wizzo create his own imaginary friend?
Yes.
Did the imaginary friend create an imaginary
Yes.
friend? Oh shit.
Yeah, it's like the cake is
He
a lie.
created a normal guy.
Gary's a lie.
He literally created a normal guy. He was like, "This is the most boring thing I can think
Yeah.
of." Gary.
Gary.
Listen, it's just
Dude,
it's everything that he's not.
See-
Exactly. Boring.
But Gary, I think about
Average.
Okay, so I'm a video game nerd, and
Do it.
one of my favorite games of all time is Fallout 3. Right? Okay. Can't remember the name of the vault, the number of the vault. There's one vault in Fallout 3 where they were cloning people, and they're all named Gary. Excellent. I'll send you the walkthrough video. But the whole time, all you hear is Gary, 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 and they're all named Gary. And you, like, as you read the terminals as you go through, it's just so fucking weird.
That's awesome.
Didn't someone get really concerned about Gary?
Oh yeah, one of their actors. So me and Thrasher's mom were talking one night before the haunt, and I was joking around, and something came up, and she was like, "Fucking Gary," and it just became a rolling joke with anything that was fucked up. We were like,
Right,
"Fuck
it's Gary's
Gary."
fault.
Yeah. But one of the younger actors, I think it was like a second year acting ever. He came over and he was like, "Who's Gary causing all this problem?" You know. So we kept rolling with it, and we were like, "Oh, he's just this fucking guy that showed up and we can't find him. You know, he's been fucking shit up." And he's like, "Well, what does he look like?" And we're like, "Oh, he's just an average guy, you know, looks like a normal dude." And he's like, "Well, does he have what kind of hair does he have?" And we're like, "Average haircut, you know, light brown, average haircut." He's like, "Oh shit. Well, is he here now?" And we're like, "I don't know. I haven't seen him pull up or nothing." So, you know, I mean, we just kept going for like a good 15, 20 minutes with this kid. And he like generally got concerned. So then he started walking away and he's like asking the other actors. And he's like, "Have you seen Gary? Do you know what Gary looks like?" And some of them that I had messed with the week before were like, "Yeah, fuck Gary. He's been messing shit up since last weekend."
So funny.
So they literally think that there is a Gary running around this haunt. And it's so funny because Thrasher's little brother, Big Juicy, he plays the character Big Juicy, and
So
he's like
funny.
a dog. And
Yeah.
he's got this fucking pit bull mask, and it's funnier than shit. And he's so Juicy, he's continuing on the Garyness at the haunt. And every time somebody does something fucked up, he's like, "Fucking Gary."
God
And just like walks away, and so I'm hoping to God that when I visit next year that Gary is still around.
Yeah.
I want to show up and somebody goes, "Man, I still haven't found Gary."
right.
And I'm like, "Fuck that guy."
Just so you know that since I picked you up at the airport, I've been saying "fuck Gary" or
Yeah.
"God damn it, Gary."
See, it's a thing.
God damn it, Gary.
It's so
God
much
damn it,
easier
Gary.
to say than like anything else. Just fuck Gary.
Gary.
The best is
Gary?
when you ask a group of customers though,
Have you seen Gary?
"You seen Gary?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's actually my dad's name." And you're like, "Fuck Gary."
All right, so
and
we
walk away, and Gary's like, "What the fuck did I do?"
Start that. We'll just have like plan it throughout the Hellscream. So
So if you're listening,
What happened?
Gary.
There was two daughters, the mom and dad, and I said something about Gary to the kids, and they were like, "That's my dad's name," and I was like, "Fuck Gary," and walked away, and they were like, "Oh, Daddy hates you," and the dad was like, "What the hell did I do?" And I was like, "Everything," you know, and like kept going.
can I talk about what I did as a character when I was acting for the first time
Yeah.
forever? Sorry, I'm really excited about it.
Did you find Gary?
No,
Oh,
damn,
no.
goddamn Gary.
stupid Gary.
Damn it, Gary. Actually, Gary is the reason why my knee got tweaked and I twisted my knee. Yeah, fuck
See?
Gary. God damn it, Gary.
See, I'm telling you, Gary's fucking shit up.
No, so I got to be Scary Bird at Scary Acres with ScurryFace.
All the scary.
So scary.
Scary and scary and scary.
Oh my god.
Would you say you might have been spooky?
Spooky, scary. Not a skeleton though.
Ooh,
That song sucks anyway.
yeah. Fuck that song.
I mean,
Spooky.
when you
It's
listen
like
to
the
it enough
Halloween-
times,
I
while
always
you're
just think
flying-
of
It's like
S. Pumpkin. That's what I think of every time I hear that song.
I was gonna say that song. That song's the Halloween version of Baby Shark.
Yes.
I'm not going to finish that.
So scaring is Scary Bird at Scary Acres.
Scaring
with
a scary
Face.
bird is scary. Scary Acres is scary. I can't talk anymore.
Was real scary.
It was so scary. So I got outside and I started going out there, and I'm like in my straitjacket, and Scary Bird has the worst posture in the world. Like I'm pretty sure my back is still recovering from it. Because like I'm hunched over and like my knees are bent, and I'm always like kind of like a slight squat, and I'm like hobbling along. And this one like 13, 14-year-old kid sees me. He's like, "Whoa, who are you?" And Scary Bird doesn't talk. So I tried telling this kid who I was, and it took forever. It took like 5 minutes, but I was like, "Scary Bird," over and over again until he got it.
It's funny.
And by the time I made it to the other line at the haunted house or the house on the hill, which was a ways away, people up there were saying my character's name, and I knew for a fact they hadn't seen me before. So that culture at that haunt is insane.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So the first thing I did, so JD Daniels was kind enough to do my makeup that night because he does airbrush and that just lasts longer. And then he goes and he outlines it in this black makeup, and he's like, listen, the black makeup is water-based, so it will run off if you get it wet. So just don't get your face wet. Dope. Won't do.
Right?
Right?
Simple.
So
Very
simple.
Very simple, Haunter.
Yeah. So I go over to like one of the first lines after that kid, and I'm holding up my hands because it's one of the things I do where I like try to either like get them to give me something or like give me their hand or something. Just like, hold up my hands. And this kid goes, "Do you want some Sprite?" And I go, "Arr!" And he pours a little bit of Sprite in my hands. The first thought I had in my head was, smack your face with it. So I splash Sprite all over my face and immediately go, wait a second. And I just start having like these, only the black on my face was starting to shriek and like fall down. So I'm like, well, here we go. And he was like, do you want more? And I was like, yeah. So he puts more in my hand and I throw it at him. I'm like, none of this. That was a lot of fun.
Sounds like fun.
Oh, and then when I was at a different event earlier this year, I found a plastic fishbowl and I started slamming it into my skull and I dented the heck out of that fishbowl.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Scary bird.
Fuck that fishbowl.
Fucking fish bowls. I bet Gary made it.
Oh, damn it. God damn it, Gary.
That's why.
Gary.
Gary.
Fucking
Gary.
Gary. Oh, look what you've done.
Gary?
I know. Don't
Gary?
worry. All the viewers now will be, fuck Gary.
You better. If I'm not out in...
all 75 of you.
Listen, it only takes like one person to start an entire rumor
It
about
only
a
takes
dude.
one Gary story to start it all.
God dang, Gary.
God damn it, Gary.
That shit was, God, I can't believe that stuck too. God, it's so dumb.
Yeah, and now we're
love
talking
it.
about it on a podcast.
I know.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Fucking Gary's.
Gary.
Spooky, scary skeleton. Okay, anyway. But yeah, then that was that. And then I chased kids around. I would grab people's hands in line and just like look up at the sky, like what's going on up there while I'm holding their hand. One kid, okay, thing you need to know about Scary.
Yep.
Things you need to know about Scary Acres. Their audience.
This is going to be a stretch.
I'm scared.
Is it on an acre of land?
It is on multiple.
Oh, no.
Scary Acres. Sorry.
So
They are on
That was like such a like
2 acres.
oh, man.
whoa.
Big. No, I have no idea how big.
No
they're
idea.
On, but they are on
They're-
a lot of fucking land.
There's a lot there. But one thing you need to know is that like they have a lot of preteens, and these preteens are very rude.
You can throw stuff at them.
That's good.
They'll throw it back.
Like oil from the...
No.
Yeah, you can.
No.
Oh, I did.
No.
I'm lying.
Bad.
I was a customer, so it was okay. It was like funnel cake oil to the eye.
Was it hot funnel cake oil?
It was cold.
I need to let you
that
guys
sucks.
know that.
That's gross.
So this dude's my roommate, right?
I don't...
By the way, I fucking hate funnel cakes.
I love funnel
Okay,
cakes.
anyone that's made funnel cakes before hates fucking funnel cakes.
I love funnel
funnel
cakes.
Okay, have you ever made funnel
Yeah.
cakes for
No.
8 hours straight?
Yeah, and I love them.
You've made funnel cakes for 8 hours
I used
straight.
to work at a carnival.
Yeah, and you still love them?
Yeah, I was a carny. That was my dinner.
Funnel cakes suck.
I was gonna do the whole thing about how like listening to him, like as you're driving his girlfriend to work in the morning, will break your brain entirely. But then you guys started talking about funnel cakes, so
Yeah, funnel cakes suck.
Yeah.
Prove me
they're
wrong.
Great. Then you put
I mean, they're
strawberry
so
syrup on
messy.
them. No,
They're
delicious.
the worst to
No.
clean up.
How?
Them and Dippin' Dots.
Dippin' Dots are amazing.
You've
No.
made what?
Are you un-American?
No,
You don't eat funnel cakes and Dippin' Dots?
that's right.
How do you
Why
feel about
not?
apple pie?
I love apple pie. Have you ever had to clean up Dippin' Dots? No, that shit stains concrete, okay?
Who cares? It's concrete. You step on it.
I'm just saying.
So if you're running a haunted house, take note, Dippin' Dots are bad.
No, Dippin' Dots are great. Get all the Dippin' Dots.
Throw Dippin' Dots at each other.
Dippin' Dots in what the hell are we talking about?
No, man.
Yeah,
I was
the
talking
fried
about
things.
Scary Bird, and we were talking about like how many acres of land it was on.
Yeah.
The kids
cakes.
there are god awful.
Yeah. Definitely got to pee on them. Not really.
You'd be like R. Kelly.
It's
You'd
like
the
pickle
hot
juice.
R.
You put
Kelly.
pickle juice.
Oh.
So you get like one of those little flower squirters, and then you put it on your leg instead and put pickle juice in it.
So I was at Scary Acres, right? Sometimes you just gotta ignore him.
I kind of like that idea.
God dang it!
See? Hot pickle juice.
Oh, wait till I tell you. Wait till I tell you about liquid ass later.
Ooh.
So this one kid, like after I scared his group, hands me his phone as if like on the number pad,
What an idiot.
as if to like try to get my number, because like these kids will be like, oh my god, can I get your number? I'm like, oh, you're so hot. It's like, why are you wearing that? You should take it. They'll go up to girl like clowns in their corsets and like flip up their corset and try to like get their corset to pop
what?
off. Yeah, no, it's bad. So this kid starts handing me his phone with the number pad open, and I grab it and walk away.
Hilarious.
Should have called 911.
I started dialing it, and he was like, give me back my phone. I'm like, you gave it. Like, I didn't say it, but like, you hand me your phone, you did that.
This be like this incident. So something similar that happened this year. Somebody, had their phone on and with their camera light on, and I told them if they didn't put their phone away, I was gonna eat it. And they didn't put their phone away.
So you ate it.
So I put it in my mouth. You know what they
I took
did
a sip
after
of my
that?
drink at the wrong time.
You
They
sure
put
did.
it away. I literally put some random guy's phone in my mouth.
So your immune system's doing great.
Yeah, I don't have a cold or anything right now.
Yeah.
No, not even a little bit.
Haunt
No.
crud? Fuck that.
Yeah. I don't get sick every year. I get sick every year regardless of what I do.
I usually just get clogged lungs from smog.
I'm pretty sure I could stand in a corner all season. I'm still going to get the haunt
Oh,
crud
yeah.
at the end of
Haunt
the
crud
season.
is a huge thing. Like, it doesn't matter what you do during, like, unless you're like deciding
got it
like,
right now.
guys, I've pretty much dodged it. Don't hurt me.
I've got the haunt lung, Pa.
Get back to haunting.
But I can't breathe. I don't care. Scream.
Yeah. Yeah, see, you know where I was going
Gary.
with that.
Fucking Gary. I bet Gary's their manager.
God damn it, Gary.
Fucking Gary.
But yeah, no, like you could like first of all, cough drops are haunt candy,
Yes.
basically, because you're a haunted house actor. You're eating those all night long. Your throat is killing you. Like you probably have a cold.
You've
You know-
probably eaten dirt.
You've probably eaten dirt. You've probably licked something
Someone's
off your
phone.
hands. That too.
More than likely, you've eaten your own snot at
Yeah.
least 12 times in a night.
Yeah.
If you've worn a mask, you haven't lived until you've blown your nose through your mouth hole.
Yeah. Yeah.
You haven't truly experienced.
One of my
anyone
big-
that out there that wears like those really good silicone masks, no.
Yeah.
I can't close my
I would
ears.
imagine
Half of
You
it's
ready?
like snot, like
Yeah,
all up in here.
taking it off in the middle of the night is the
Oh,
worst
man.
thing ever. And I would imagine it's like the worst feeling putting it back on. I'm like, man, this must be feels like to share a condom with somebody.
Or when you wear like socks for a day and then take them off and put them back on the next
And they get
morning.
crusty.
Yeah, and you
Ugh,
put them back on the
guys.
next morning and it's like rubbing against your foot. And
I
it
have
feels like
headphones on and I
sandpaper.
can't cover my ears. Like okay, so like you started it because I can't do like ingestion horror. I can't
Yeah.
do mouth horror. Like that's the first thing that gets me.
Yeah.
And so like we've met actors who do a lot of that, and I have to walk away. It's
This is too much.
Ugh.
Well,
on
we're
that
anonymous with Erica now.
You've made me go ew. This was fun.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Good times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea how long we've been going. Just
It
talking
has
about
been
it.
an hour and 9 minutes.
Whoa.
Exactly.
Oh shit.
Are we ending on snot in the mouth?
No, we don't have to end here. We can.
Absolutely. I gotta eat dinner.
Eat yourself, bro.
His stomach is eating himself. His metabolism's way too high for his own good.
Good.
No, it's stupid.
I wish my
Fucking Gary.
metabolism was
Gary,
God.
stop it.
Whoa,
Stop it,
Gary's your
Gary.
stomach.
Hello. Roar, my name is Gary.
Oh my god, Gary.
That'd be all right. All right. Bad haunt ideal. You get like a really fat dude, and then you paint his belly like a monster. And his belly is the monster.
Remind me to send you a picture of a guy.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Gut
dude.
muncher.
That
Gut
dude.
muncher.
Gut Muncher
Hilarious.
Clern. Or no, was it the other one?
Gut puncher.
No.
Pretty sure it was Gut Muncher.
There was Gut Muncher, and then, but I think the one with the belly was rectal trauma.
Oh, that
Oh,
was
that's
rectal
funny.
trauma.
Yeah, rectal
Rectal
trauma.
trauma.
Yeah, there's a character. It was a big dude, and he
Rectal
had a
trauma.
giant fucking
So
mouth
funny.
on his stomach.
He gets that fucking airbrushed on him every
Yeah.
single time he goes
That's
in.
cool.
It is a huge ass mouth and eyes on
He
his
goes in
stomach.
early for that shit.
That's cool. Dedication.
Okay, so real quick.
You don't
you
have
were-
to be quick.
Okay.
My mouth's home now.
If you were to build a haunt of your dreams, any theme, any like age group, what kind of haunt would you create?
Laser beams.
I'm going hard, like
Yeah.
hostile, just like
Haunted hoochie sort of level? Like
kind of, yeah.
I want you to walk through
But-
lasers, like Resident Evil.
Yeah.
do the lasers hurt you?
Yeah, they cut
Okay.
you in half. You better run fast, bitch.
Yeah.
That's not a haunted house.
I mean,
sure it
that's-
is.
Yeah, I would say something that's like really, really out there.
Yeah.
You know, I think maybe like a hard R, but it's maybe like alien abduction themed.
Ooh.
So, you know, like the whole
Rectal
time you're,
appropriate.
see, you know where I'm going with it. Not only that, but like you're an alien. You have so much to play with. You can't do that. How do you know?
I'm an alien.
I'm a fucking alien. I do what I want.
I think I would stick with like Skid Row.
Skid Row.
Like you walk down and there's a junkie with shit
Yeah.
coming out of his arms.
So,
I
like,
I
real
want
life
real
horror.
trauma. I want real trauma. I want a dad beating the shit out of a kid in a room. I know that's going to set people off, and I know that it's trauma inducing, but that's the scary part.
Mm-hmm.
You have to escape that family. You walk into another room and it's a dinner table and everybody starts
what-
asking you why you haven't had kids and why aren't you married yet.
When you get your ticket, you know, and you pay for your ticket, you hand them a bill from the IRS on
Yeah.
back taxes.
Yeah,
Oh
that you
my
owe like
God.
that you're like $6,000 behind, and they're going to repossess your car and everything else, and then they go to reach for your car keys out of your pocket.
Garnished wages.
Yeah, they're going to garnish your wages, and then like later you go in, and then like your wife's cheating on you with your husband or something. Yeah, so like you're
Okay, maybe.
Wait.
Okay, all right. Hear this.
Your wife's
hear this
cheating
out.
on you with your husband.
exactly.
All right.
Whoa.
All right, hear this out.
That's why it's scary.
Hearing you
Maybe it's like, so maybe it's just like a story of one guy, and okay, maybe he starts out as a normal guy. This is the haunted house, right? So he starts as a normal guy, and for 30 minutes you just watch this dude's life decline.
Yeah.
To the point where he kills his whole family and he kills himself, and that's the last room in the house.
Yep.
That's
Like,
dark.
The next,
Yeah.
So it's just a descent into man. You know what?
Yeah,
one
that's
room,
exactly
the
what
dude's,
I'm talking about.
Injecting heroin into
Yep.
his veins. And it's
You
just
would go
this
through his
dude's
life. You would go
descent
to
into
a
madness.
grocery store.
Y'all have me
where-
like staring off into this middle space imagining this
Where
shit.
he would go to the grocery store, and it's his grocery store that he worked at, and you would hear his voice, kind of like a narrator almost, where he's like
Right.
talking. He's like, "This is the part where I stabbed that bitch in the eye."
Yeah.
and it's like, "I said plastic," and he just fucking like yanks out a fucking kitchen knife and stabs her in the face or
What I'm
something
talking
stupid.
about. Yeah.
and then you would have like, you could probably do like some
Or
like,
And then
be
you
like,
go into
effect.
his jail time, and then you go into his after jail time where he's like old and at the
Got this
fucking nursing
planned out,
home, and he's
yeah.
like fucking murdering everybody.
this could
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah, it could be twisted.
Yeah, for sure. Or like early on, you could be like, this is the first time I heard voices in my head.
Yeah. And it's like a 5-year-old.
I killed my first person when I was 7.
Okay, Michael Myers, calm down.
I stabbed the mailman 2 times.
I killed my dog when I was 5.
And then I ate it.
Hell yeah.
Ew.
It was good.
It was good.
We had hot dogs.
We felt like a true Asian family that night.
Oh my God.
Want to go get Wiener Schnitzel later?
No.
Van Arts.
Wiener dog.
No,
Weirdo.
weird. Oh God.
I put them on the bun and I eat them up. Blah, blah,
With
blah,
sauerkraut.
Honestly, though, I feel like there's like a lack of extreme haunted houses that are well known.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And I feel like they need to be well done and like, you know.
yeah, I think the problem with that is the insurance.
Yeah.
It is. And like, honestly, like if you're going to do it, I feel like you need to do it. The way that 17th Door does it is really smart.
Yeah.
Because like you consent to most of the stuff. And then like, even when we went to, like they told me it was tame, you know, like I nearly puked in that haunt and I was told it was tame.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
But like you basically like you sign a whole bunch of waivers and I didn't read it before I signed it.
I wouldn't have either.
But like the real painful thing, they actually had other customers inflict on you. You know?
Hilarious.
Like,
Which-
I fall asleep when I read things, so I'd be fucked at one of those places. You may die. Fuck you.
How do you play D&D?
You can be the human centipede.
I
Don't you know?
read.
Human centipede. Because that's, you know, that was what the whole South Park episode was about. You didn't read the terms and conditions.
Yeah.
So they turn you into a human centipede with an iPad attached to your face. Human
Yeah, see,
centipede.
I'm a doofus. I don't.
So I never watched that movie for good reason.
Oh, it's a fun one.
You should.
Yeah.
No,
2-time.
mouth horror.
Imagine
It's okay.
Imagine.
No.
Okay.
You just pretend that it's
All right.
a nose.
No.
Parody time.
What?
All right, parody time. Okay. It's like kind of like human
I'm
centipede, but
scared.
it's a mix of like 2 girls, 1 cup.
No.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
2 girls, 1 butt.
I'm leaving.
2 girls, 7 butts.
And
I'm
she's
out.
done.
Tapping out.
She's like, first it's snot, now it's butt stuff. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, we're
Thanks.
definitely getting demonetized now.
We started
Oh,
with
yeah.
polar bears and we made it to butt stuff.
Oh yeah. As long as you're not doing polar bear butt stuff, you're okay.
You gotta watch out for that.
Yeah.
God.
That's a whole new topic.
Oh,
That's a different show.
That's how you really get killed by a polar bear.
Yeah. That's a whole different show.
That's really
Whole
good.
different-
But yeah, also like on this same like extreme haunt note, McCamey Manor is not a haunted house.
Blah.
McCamey Manor is a torture attraction.
It's
You should watch the Hulu documentary on it.
and the Netflix one.
Yeah.
And the TikTok one.
There's a YouTube one.
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
All talking about how not great it is.
Yeah. Stupid.
Anyway, I'm tired of people talking about McCamey Manor when I talk about extreme haunts. Stop it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Trying to
See
get
some actual cool shit.
exactly
Like I actually want to go to a haunted house and like
with razor blades.
no. I mean
Waterboarding.
stabbings.
they had this one room in the past at the 17th door where you would crawl into this. It's on their TikTok, so I can talk about it. Where you crawl on like this little chute, right? And you're on your stomach, and then an airbag presses your face down to the
Nice.
front of it, and the thing tips your face into water for like 15 seconds.
Cool.
And you're underwater for long enough to think you're going to drown before it brings you back up.
That's cool.
So you said waterboarding. I'm like, actually,
I know they have that. They have a game show, like a reality show. How do you be on that reality? I want to be on that reality show.
Right?
what?
17 Door, they have a
Oh, yeah.
reality show.
So I'm okay.
I want to be
so
on that reality show.
I may have ended up on the show. Remember when I said I almost puked?
Yeah.
They put a dead chicken on my head,
Hilarious.
and I almost puked.
Yeah.
And they got it all on video. And then they stuck me in a locker, and the dude kept the camera on my face while I was freezing my ass off because the air would not stop.
Funny.
I like it.
And I'm pretty sure I cannot.
At least it wasn't a chicken rectum.
Or a 3-month-old turkey.
It was a whole dead chicken, guys.
Yeah, it's okay. You never ran around with a dead chicken on your head?
If it was just the rectum of a chicken.
You've never put
How
a
would I
turkey on your
know?
head at Thanksgiving and ran around the backyard?
That's how the Thanksgiving
I've done that
tradition
at least 4 times.
So what'd you do with the turkey neck?
Ate it.
Hold it in my hand.
Because now we're talking about turkeys, and I found a nice little segue. How do y'all feel about Christmas happening before Thanksgiving?
I hate Christmas.
Thank you.
Christmas can rot now. 2 times.
Yeah, I agree.
Fuck Christmas. I really hate Christmas. I hate Christmas with a passion. I hate the
I think
basis of
most honors
Christmas.
do.
I hate the thought of Christmas. I hate the principle behind Christmas.
Here's
It's
what I
just
hate.
dumb.
Here's what I hate about Christmas. I don't like the commercialism.
Yeah.
I don't like how you feel like if you don't get someone something, you're a bad person.
Yeah.
I feel like the idea of spending time with family and like spending a day together is great, but that's about it. And also like the whole just the commercialism. Anyway,
I
that's
mean,
my high
I know
horse.
Halloween's a big money maker though too. It's
Yeah,
pretty
but Christmas
commercialized.
Yeah,
stuff's
but-
already out.
That's true.
Do you spend 6 months of your life saving to get your kids a
No, but
Halloween present?
six months
You know
of
what I mean?
saving for haunted house season.
Right.
Yeah, but
That's
like-
your job.
But
you
you're
get
doing it
paid.
for your job.
I'm just trying to be devil's
no,
advocate.
Christmas blows ass, and everybody who likes it.
I
is-
don't like Christmas
They
either.
drink too much.
You know what's good though is eggnog with rum.
I love eggnog. Period. That's just. It could be just eggnog.
Yeah.
Fucking
Freaks.
take a bath in eggnog.
So we're
Ooh,
saying that
imagine a haunted
Eggnog
house.
bath.
Okay, extreme haunted house, but spa themed.
Yes. Eggnog.
Yep. Hot bath of egg. So
Eggnog.
maybe
Oh my
like
God.
one room. You know, like people don't like flies, so maybe one room you just have like a room full of flies.
Would it be called eggnogging?
Yeah. or maybe because certain people hate snot,
Yeah.
and so maybe we could have
Like a
bath
slime room?
Yeah, like a snot room that comes up to your tits. So you have to like weech through
You
it
walk
like
in a
swamp.
bathroom and somebody's just like, want them? You know,
And
just,
you have to lick it.
yes.
I hate you.
He puts it in your pocket
It's like spa thing. You know what I'm saying? So
because it's an extreme haunt, so they put the snot rag in your pocket.
yeah, maybe like you're getting like a facial, but instead
Yeah.
of mud, they're using like chicken blood or
And
something.
it would just be like dollar store baby wipes, and
You
you're
guys
just
are
like
doing this on
"Blah, blah," and it
purpose.
just-
You're doing this to really ick me out.
Lots of really bad ideals.
But honestly, like you could do like a bath of blood, you could do like a bath
Yeah.
of tar, you could do like
tar and feather.
you could do a bath of mud, and then like have like
Razor
stuff
blades?
No,
like
bath of-
stop
a
trying to actually like throw blades at people.
Bath of gravy.
Well, how else do you clip the toenails? Razor blades.
Bath of Jello.
Jello would be fun.
Ooh.
You would
Jell-O's
also like
delicious.
you should also like put like a key down the bottom, so it's almost like an escape room.
But the key doesn't really open the door.
No, not at all.
Yeah. It just, when you turn it, then the sprinkler system shoots down on top of you.
And this is how the podcast got off the rails.
Or maybe you put it into the door and it opens a trap door and you go down a slide.
Yeah. And fall into razor blades.
Yes. No, not
It's an
razor
extreme
blades.
haunt.
No, not razor. Used needles.
Yes.
I'm gone.
And you have
out.
to find the razor blade.
The whole
It'd
point
be like that scene from Saw where they like throw that chick into the pit of-
the whole point of me liking haunted houses is that I know I'm going to get scared safely.
Well, it's a safe razor blade. It's clean.
It's been tested
extreme-
for AIDS and
Yeah, you
hepatitis.
switch it every group.
So in other news,
And then we can DNA replicate humans.
if you were a ghost, where would you haunt and why?
My underwear drawer.
Chris.
Oh, I don't know, like a Walmart.
Why a Walmart?
You know how funny it would be to see some of them assholes running?
Do you know the things? If you're a ghost in a Walmart, the things you can get away with,
Right? So much dumb stupidity.
like throw all the TVs off the TV wall.
And then blame the guy who looks like
Yeah.
he would do it.
You see some couple arguing, and then maybe you start.
Smack him in the ear
Yeah,
or
maybe
something.
you start arguments with couples because you're ghosts and you do ghost things.
You
Like
keep tapping one person's shoulder while the other person's just close enough.
slide by, tap somebody's butt,
Yeah,
and we'll just keep going.
Was that you?
yeah.
You said it like just out of like my field of vision, so like it sounded like in the headphones was like way off in the distance.
Well, there's a guy that we keep back here.
is it
Yeah.
Gary?
Yeah.
That's actually Jerry.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's Jerry. Gary
God
is
damn it, Jerry.
Gary's elusive.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he's here yet.
Yet?
He's supposed to be here.
Oh.
You do tons
Is he-
of fun stuff at
Is he the
Walmart
next
as a ghost.
guest?
He could be. Ooh, we
You
should
get to play
interview
with all the
Gary.
new toys.
We could interview Gary.
In the toys?
Yeah, if
What?
you're a ghost,
Oh yeah.
you
Yeah.
play with all the new toys at
You could
Walmart.
Just
could
set them
throw-
all off at the same time.
Throw all the
Yeah.
balls out of the ball like
Yeah.
cage.
Yeah. You can
I'm
do
in.
fun stuff. Spread all the towels. throughout the whole store.
That'd be fun.
Set up sheets like they're actual ghosts.
Holy sheet.
Stupid.
I got him.
Yes.
Zing. Thank you for indulging my dumb questions.
Of course.
Yeah, anytime. And like dumb questions.
Yeah.
That's what we're about.
I'm a dumb
Anyway,
question.
well, thanks for doing this.
Yeah,
we,
thanks
for
we
having me.
appreciate it. Yeah,
This was fun.
We
Have to
may
do it
not
again
ever
sometime.
ask you to come back.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go cry in the corner.
Okay,
now.
good.
Sorry.
It's pretty good.
Stupid babies.
Yeah, see, if you're the ghost at Walmart, you can mess with babies.
You could make baby noises. Yeah, you can make baby noises to other babies.
I could make baby noises to other babies. They would.
They're
They
like,
would.
if you don't shut up, I'll scare your mom.
I'm gonna cut your mom's toenail off.
Just the one.
Yes, the third one,
I'll give her a hang now.
not the middle one, but the third one.
She'll bitch about it when it slices into her.
What? A
fucking flesh.
hang now?
Hey, nails. It'd be like that scene from what the hell was it? Fuck. What
It was a
cartoon?
Family Guy bit, I'm pretty sure.
There was no. Was it Itchy and Scratchy?
oh, okay.
Where he like peels his fingernail
Oh,
back
yeah.
and like, keeps going all the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
You almost got me to
Good
take
show.
my headphones off. It wouldn't have helped because I can still hear you in the real world, but like,
Remind me to show you a video later.
no,
Ooh.
no.
It just keeps going and going.
Going.
And going.
It's like string cheese.
Stop. Okay. Thank you for having me. This was fun.
It was a great show. Thank you for being on.
Now that I'm icked out by the thought of
folks.
that.
Bye, guys.
Bye.